Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, A Penny for Your Makeup. So for today's video, I have for you a tutorial recreating this look. This is going to be like a, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, maybe like a smoky, sultry, not that sultry, Valentine's Day look. And it's using the Dream Street palette. So this is the collaboration with Kathleen White's and Colourpop. It is a really great palette, and I haven't heard a lot of people on YouTube talking about it, which is a little bit surprising, but yeah, so if you're interested in recreating this look, please keep on watching. Hi guys, so I started off by priming my face using my Elf hydrating primer. My skin has been very dry lately, so this primer has worked out pretty well. However, I don't recommend it if you do have a very oily skin type, because after you applied it, it does kind of feel oily, but right now, because the weather has been so dry, it's been wonderful. So I'm going to take my Tarte color correcting palette, and I'm going to take the colors 4 and 5, and I'm going to put that underneath my eyes to color correct. And then after that, I'm just going to take the orange shade and I'm going to put it on the darkest spots in my inner corners. And then I'm just going to blend it away with my fingers. After I primed and color correct my skin, I'm going to take my Infallible Pro Glow foundation. I'm the shade 209. This might be a little bit dark for me, but for now we're just gonna pretend that it's my shade. So I just like to dot it all over my face and then blend it out. I really like this foundation for this time of the year because it doesn't cling to all my dark patches. Because believe me, it's been so dry. You hear something creaking, that's what I'm sitting on. I don't know why it's creaking so loudly. After I'm done with my foundation, I'm going to take my Colourpop concealer. This is in the shade medium, I believe. And I'm going to use that to conceal my under eye circles. And I'm a little bit heavy-handed with this. I'm usually not this heavy-handed with concealers, but this one works out or blends out very beautifully. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques beauty sponge and I'm going to blend it. So after putting on my concealer, I'm going to set it with my Laura Mercier primer. So I'm just going to tap the product on the powder and then I'm going to place it underneath my eye. I'm not really baking, I'm just kind of blending the powder into my skin with my sponge. So after doing my concealer, I like to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to take my NYX micro brow pencils and I'm going to take these in the shade Espresso and Ash Brown. I'm really the color Espresso, but my hair used to be lighter, so that's why I had Ash Brown. So what I like to do is that I like to take the darkest color, which is Espresso, and I like to fill in my brows, so from here to the tip. So I'll fill everything in with the darkest color, and then on the inside I'll do it with the lightest color. So I'll show you what I'm trying to say. Let me just comb them out of the way. So I'll comb them upwards and then I'm just gonna fill them in, and I just follow the natural shade of my eyebrows. I'm not really looking I don't want to make them too bold. I just want them to look natural, so I just follow my natural shape. So now I'm going to take my lightest shade and I have started to fill in the inner part of my brows. So I like to kind of make a line underneath and then just do stroke motions, mimic hair. And I'm just going to do that all over the inside. After that, I'm just going to take the spoolie that this comes with and I'm just going to blend everything out. So after the brows are done, I'm going to move on to my eyes. So I'm going to take my I Love Stage Essence Primer and I'm going to use that to prime my lids. So I'm just going to apply a couple of dots. Oh god, that's a lot. And then blend it with my fingers. So after after my eyes are primed, I'm going to take my Colourpop Yes Please palette, and I'm just going to take the shade, lightest shade right here, and I'm going to use that to set my primer. So I'm just going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to put that on all over my lid. Okay guys, so moving on to the start of the show, I'm going to use the Dream Street palette. This is the Colourpop palette in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. And I'm going to start off by taking this shade over here, and I'm going to use that as a transitioning shade. So I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to dab it on the shade that I showed you, and I'm just going to put it on my crease. And you don't have to be perfect with this. We're going to basically cover this color up with a lot of other things. One thing that I will note is that I like, whenever I'm putting my transitioning shades, I like to do it with my eye open because I have hooded eyes, and so I kind of like to bring my color a little bit closer to my brow bone just so that it's visible when my eyes are open. Oh my god, my dog may or may not be destroying things. Okay, so I'm going to take the reddish pink shade over here with this same fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna dab it like the lightest bit, like you can barely see it in the brush. And I'm going to place it kind of like a little bit above the eyeshadow that I've just placed. But I'm gonna, oh god, that's a lot. But I'm just gonna like blend that in. I just want this color to kind of peek through, but I don't want it to be too overpowering. So after I'm done with my transition shades, I'm going to take this color over here. So let me just, this color over here, and I'm going to use this fluffy blending brush. It's a little bit smaller and more dense than the one that I was using before. And I'm going to like slowly build that color on my crease. So I'm just gonna put it on, I'll start at the edge and then I'll blend that in. And I'm not going to go as high with this color as I went with the pinkish color. I just want it to be more, basically like distributed on the bottom of that. And I'm just going to grab color as I go, and then I'll start at the very end and then bring the remaining product in, like inwards. So now I'm taking a pointed brush, and I'm going to take the darkest brown in the palette, so this color over here. So I'm just gonna take my brush and then start with my eyes open again because I have hooded eyes. I'm just gonna place the shape or trace the shape that I want on my eye first before blending. So as you can see right now, I'm just literally focusing on placing the product. Like it's a little bit harsh. I'm gonna blend some of that away, but right now I'm just building the product or the color as intense as I want it to be. So moving back to the second blending brush, it has no additional product. I'm just like kind of blending out the darkest shade a little bit more. After that, I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to take this color over here in the corner, and I'm going to place that on my lid. And the shimmer shades in this palette are really, really good. I don't have to like wet it or anything, and like bam, do you see that? It has a really good color payoff, and it's so shimmery. Okay, so we're going to go back to that first blending brush, and I'm going to just kind of blend everything together like seamlessly. So I'm going to take my Champagne Pop highlighter by Becca in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. So it's this color over here. And I'm going to use this as my highlighting in my inner corner because I don't really have like a pinkish shade, like highlight shade. And this is pretty warm, but it's the least warm that I have. And I'm going to put it a little bit, and just dust off the excess on my brow bones. So after we're done with our eyeshadow, almost done with that eyeshadow. I'm going to take my Profusion eyeliner, and this stuff is actually quite good. The tip is not my favorite. It's a little bit thicker than what I like them to be, but I ran out of my favorite eyeliners, so this is the second best. So I'm just gonna take it and quickly line my eyes. And I'm not gonna do like I don't like wings because I have very hooded eyes. So I'm just gonna do like a very small wing, and then my eyeliner is not gonna be too thick either, so that it doesn't take away from my eyeshadow. I'm going to go back to that initial light shade, and I'm just going to take it and kind of, and this is sort of like a pointed-ish brush, and I'm just going to apply that on my lower line. Then I'm going to take a more pointed brush, a smaller pointed brush, and I'm going to take this shade over here, and I'm going to apply that in the same spots where I applied the other one. I'm just not going to go as low. Lastly, I'm going to take this brown shade with the same brush, and I'm going to apply that under my waterline as well. Okay, so after that is done, I'm going to apply my falsies off camera, and I will be right back. I'm going to take the Voluminous L'Oreal mascara, the original one, and I'm going to use it to kind of like blend my lashes to the fake lashes. I know some people like to apply their mascara before they apply their eyelashes, but some of my eyelashes, like especially in the corner, they're kind of very curled, and so if I apply mascara, it's easier for my fake lash to get caught on my real lashes as I'm putting it. It's weird, so I like to do it like this to save me the trouble. And so I'm also using the same mascara to apply that on my bottom lashes. So after we're done with our eyes, I'm going to move on with my face. So I'm going to take that same Tarte contour palette, and this time I'm going to take the contouring shade, and I'm going to use that to contour my cheeks, or to bronze them really. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do that as well on my temples. Because I can't find my big blender, I'm just going to take the concealer one that we use, and I'm just going to use that to blend that on my skin. I'm going to take the tip of that sponge, and I'm just going to do my nose real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to set that bouncer. Okay, so now I'm going to set that bronzer using my Rimmel Natural Bronzer in the shade 22. So this might be a little bit too light, but we'll see. So I'm just going to take an angle brush and apply that like the hollows of my cheeks. Oh my god, I took too much powder. And it's just a light set. After that, I'm taking that same Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to take the blush in the shade Amaretto, and I'm going to apply that on my cheeks. Then I'm going to take that same Champagne Pop highlighter, and I'm going to highlight my face. So I'm applying that at the tops of my cheeks. Oof, that's a lot. It's a lot of highlighter. On my nose, I only like to apply a slight bit on my bridge. I don't really like to apply that on the tip of my nose because I have a big nose and I don't want to emphasize that. My temple a little bit. So for my lips, I'm going to take the Tarte lip paint, and this is in the shade Birthday Suit. tutorial. So hope you have a great Valentine's Day, and if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Maybe? Yeah? Subscribe.